Welcome to our fourth class in Pythagorean music. We have now graduated to the 7th-string instrument. We're going to be dealing with tuning 5 bridges now. We start with the same process of first tuning the note to 1. The next outside string, we're going to change a little bit. We're going to tune it to the interval of a fifth, which we already covered in the other class. The next stage is we're going to tune all of the movable bridges. We'll start by removing them all. We're going to create a new song at this moment. The first thing we'll do is arbitrarily place the bridges in some fashion that seems to be proportional, balanced. It's basically different every time. Okay, that's the first step. The next step is moving each bridge in order to discover one of the harmonics that we have already studied in the first lessons. So we'll begin with this string. I discovered the nearest harmonic point was a 2 to 1. The nearest harmonic point here is also a 2 to 1. This harmonic point is a 4 to 1. Okay, this harmonic point is a 3 to 1. And here we have a 1 to 1. Okay, this process, which I've done in approximately a minute or two, could take hours, and which is really a fine thing to do, to spend a lot of time exploring these tunings, discovering really what note you have found, and does it correspond to the first lessons we have on with the 4-string Pythagorean harp. And that's, it may take a lot of time, or for some of you who are musicians, I think it could be very, very quick. So the next step is we're going to put our drone, and we're going to actually tune our harp up now that the bridges are basically in tune. We'll start with this string in reference to the first string. And this is where the intuition comes in. There's a lot of different possibilities here. Next string. We want to change it because it's the same as the other. Check the tension of the string always when you're tuning to make sure you're not going to make it too tight. This already has quite a bit of tension, so I'm going to lower it instead of raise it. Lovely. This is an octave. The same note as our beginning note, yet 1 octave higher. This is an octave higher than this. That makes it 2 octaves higher than our original note. Okay. Remember, those who are not musicians, you don't need to worry about which interval we have. Just use your ears, be intuitive. If it sounds good, you're on the right track. The same note I don't want. Interesting. I like that. It's good to check both sides. Very good. Next string. I think I'm going to go up this time. Okay, I don't want to repeat a string. This time I find that I should probably go down because it's a lower string. Not put too much tension. Seems to fit. Very good. Check the tension. I think I'll go down. Do some fine tuning here. The fine-tuning process goes on for a while. When I start playing the instrument, I might tune it again and again as I'm playing. It's a continual process, and it has to do with really tuning yourself. Like I said, every time we play, it's a new song. So the relationship between the notes are changing. So in order to really accomplish what we're trying to do with the Pythagorean harp, the tuning process is very important. Okay, I think I'm okay basically. We're gonna work on a technique now. I might be tuning as we go along, fine tuning. This technique I call the 4 directions. And it's a very simple technique based on traveling up and down the strings, very similar to our gravity technique that we use on the other instrument. The 4 directions has to do with repeating the up-down in a way where we use 8 counts. There's 7 strings. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 is in the air. It's silence. And as we return to the place where we begin either the next sequence, repeating sequence, or we're going to travel to the other part of the instrument, which has to do with the 4 directions. Okay? We start with the thickest string in front of us, and we're basically going to do 4 times each direction. So we'll repeat this direction 4 times. We crisscross the instrument, and we're going to start up at the top and go down after that. Then we're going to crisscross again, and we're going to repeat the first, but starting from the top down. And then we're going to move over here to the other side, and this time we're going to go from down to up. Then we repeat the first direction again. And we also do a fade out. Okay? So this exercise should be actually accomplished expertly by whoever is playing this instrument. Whether you've never played before, it's so simple that you can dominate it, although it might take some practice. The unique thing, which I'll demonstrate in a moment, is that when you have a new tuning, it comes out different every day. Every day the same exercise sounds new. Okay? Here's how it goes. Now we're going to try the same exercise, the 4 directions, but with a different tuning.